Hey guys! Welcome to Adventures. So today we're going to talk about scale house. This was a recommended topic and one of you guys asked us. And you might be thinking to yourself, why are you talking about it? Seems to be a pretty common topic, and if you're a trucker, you should know this information.
Also known as chicken coops back when I was a young driver a few years ago.
All that CB
So we go through Maryland, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida on a daily basis, and every one of the scales are different. Virginia, you're basically stopping unless they're closed. If they're closed, then you'll get the green light to bypass. Otherwise, you're going in every time.
Yeah. But why would we cover this kind of topic? Well, for many reasons. One, we have a lot of drivers that are brand new drivers. And two, we have a lot of followers that want to know what the lifestyle is and what the job entails and see what it's really like experiencing it before they make the decision, before they make the commitment to an entire new career and lifestyle change. So we like to cover topics that help educate you so that you can make informed decisions and help empower you guys.
It's your best friend when it comes to a scale. A pre-pass. Do they always work? Not so much. Some states, yes. Florida is really good about it. You definitely get a green light, red light if you need to go into the scales or not. The ag stations, usually we get the bypass through that, but some of the other ones like Virginia, it doesn't matter. Like I said, unless they're closed, you're going into the scales. North Carolina, unless the scales are closed, you're going in. And then Georgia actually has lights along the side of the road that tell you either to enter the scale or bypass the scale, and the pre-pass doesn't work there.
So if the pre-pass doesn't work, it's just because that state does not participate with the pre-pass, unless it's an odd scenario. Like when we first got this truck, it was a brand new truck, and one of the pictures of the truck, they didn't like the way that it was and the computer and the logistical sides of that, but it was really easy. We took a new picture and our boss submitted it, and it's been working like a charm ever since. But just know that the state might just not take it, and like Scott said, there'll be a sign on the side of the road that tells you what to do. So what does it look like when you're coming up to the scale? One thing I want to say, don't try to blow the scales, especially if you're in Virginia or Georgia, because they do like to have officers sitting on the side about 1 mile to 3 miles after the scale to catch you scale hoppers. So I don't feel bad for you when you get busted. Follow the rules as part of the job. Coming up to it though, they give you plenty of warning time to make that decision to get in the right lane so you don't have to blow the scale. So make sure you, as soon as you see that sign, that you're starting to get over into that right lane so that you can go through the pre-scale. And the pre-scale is going to quickly weigh your truck and get an ideal weight. And if it's close to weight on one of the axles, then it's going to give you a red light or tell you to go into the scale if it has a sign, and that means enter the scale house. If you get the green by the bypass, then that means just stay on the highway and keep on trucking it. So if you go into the scale house, there's going to typically be another pre-scale, and then that's going to prompt you with sometimes an overhead green light, red light, and that's going to tell you which lanes. There's 2 lanes, the bypass lane and the scale lane.
So there is speed limits inside the scales, and don't be one of those guys that looks like you're scared to death and do 20 miles, 15 miles an hour through the scales when the speed limit's 40, because you're kind of calling attention to yourself. So don't do that. Just follow the speed limit, do your job right, and just sail on through and wave, smile as you go through.
Yeah, so like he said, there's going to be a ton of signs that tell you what to do and how to do it. They're going to tell you what speed they'd like you to travel, how many feet apart they suggest, and that's all because that's about how fast they can process you through the system. So maintain what they're suggesting to make everybody's life a little easier, and then just read all the signs. There's lots of signs telling you what you need to know and what you need to do, and typically the spacing out and the speed limit is going to give you that time to be able to read the signs. The second green light, then obviously you just take the bypass lane, which is going to be the left lane, and that's just going to dump you right back onto the highway. And then secondary, if you get the red light or the light to go onto the scale house, then that's going to prompt you to go onto the scales. And then from there, make sure you read the signs. All scales, you have to wait till the truck in front of you fully clears the scale, so you need to stop and then pull on the scale. That's allowing the scale to zero out, so that way you get an accurate weight on your truck and trailer. So then also many scales have a speaker system and cameras, and the ones in Virginia now measure your tire pressure in some of them and things like that. So the scales are getting really elaborate and things like that. So,
and there are some also, the more out west. I think Stephen City, Virginia has it, but they can also X-ray as you drive through there to see what you're carrying. Make sure there's no funny business going on.
Yeah. So pull on the scale, and if you get the green light, then you keep on going. If it get the red light, that means you need to stop until given the green light. If they need to talk to you, they're going to tell you back up, whatever, pull forward, come around back. And know that each scale is different. There are some that are called rolling scales, and so the scale house is really small, and you might see scale lanes on both sides. Everybody's sort of directed to go on the scales. Again, let the scale clear and then pull on. But if you don't get a red light, then that means keep rolling on. Don't actually fully stop on the scale.
Yep.
So those are the different scales, and don't be worried. After a couple times, you'll have it down. All right. So we hope that was helpful. We hope that empowers you and encourages you to give you confidence, what you need to know on the road. But make sure you also follow us on Facebook and Instagram, because we're going to be reposting some of the old videos that are seasonal. Things like winter driving tips for winter driving, how to prepare in the truck. Let's say you are stuck and you don't have power, things that you might want to carry on the truck. If you get stuck in ice or snow, all of those kind of things. We're going to repost those videos to Instagram and Facebook. We just reposted the video about don't veer, hit the deer, and that's because it's rutting season.
It's going to be a whole lot easier to replace a bumper, and typically if you hit an animal, it's considered not preventable, but if you swerve and roll over, that's definitely preventable. So just keep that in the back of your mind.
Yeah. So guys, we hope this is helpful. This is all just from our many years on the road. We hope it's encouraging to you guys. If you ever have a video topic that you would like us to cover, don't hesitate. Don't hesitate to comment. She's trying to act as a guard dog. It's okay. It was really just an RV driving, and she didn't recognize the vehicle. But don't hesitate. Comment below. Leave us your video ideas, or send us a private message. And if we haven't covered it already, then we would gladly cover the topic. We've done that many times. If we have covered it, then we'll go ahead and send you the link to that video. And yeah, we're here to help you guys, encourage you guys, empower you guys, and allow all the knowledge that we have from all the years be used for a better purpose, instead of just keeping it in our heads and whatnot. So you guys drive safe and enjoy the adventures.
Bye.